You're up in the sky, I'll carry you home, home to the mountaineers. And soon, my friend, you'll see them again, the ones you left behind, the ones you left behind. And I'll sing for you all the way home. But why does it feel like home isn't home? I've been in this war too long. It's in the air that I breathe, oh, it's in the trees. It shivers down my spine. It shivers down my spine. I just sing my song as I walk through the gate. And there she stands just like before, but she doesn't look the same. The fear in her eyes, I've seen it before, and she can't recall my name. No, she can't recall my name. And so I sing to her as I fall. A shimmering light as I hit the ground. Her lover had a gun. Now it's you that I see, home of the brave. Oh, how you bother me. Oh, the things you let me see. But still I sing for you my last song. Oh, my last song.
Hi guys, I've been meaning to film for a couple of days now, but the lighting has been so bad. It's just been completely dark outside and I've been waiting it out. Today, I'm just realizing that we're in December. It's not gonna get any better than this. It's 1 p.m. Are you kidding me? But today we are finally doing the thing that I've been wanting to do, that I talked about in my last video, and that is wrapping all of my knitting related Christmas gifts. A lot of it is actually going to be yarn, not so much things I've knitted. Christmas is on Saturday because in Sweden we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. I don't know why. We're not like other girls. If someone actually knows why we celebrate on Christmas Eve, let me know. I'm very curious. On Christmas Day, the 25th, we just eat leftovers from Christmas dinner and watch movies. I don't know. So our Christmas Eve is on Friday. It is Tuesday today. I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have a lot of things that I need to get done. So I have today to do that, which is knit on my test knit. I need to wrap my Christmas gifts today. And that's why I'm so happy that the last Christmas gift arrived today. Let's start talking about that one, I think, because I really want to open it. So this is a gift to my brother, My mom came up with this idea when we were, if you watched my last video, when we were buying the buttons and when we were in the city, we were having some wine, and she said, we should do like a yarn kit for your brother and your dad. So I don't expect me to be knitting this in 2023. She'll be knitting 2 sweaters for my dad and my brother. What I'm gonna help, because I'm gonna make like the things she doesn't really know how to do. She basically just knows how to do stockinette and stuff. So I'm gonna do like the neckband and maybe like the raglan. I don't know. I really don't want to knit 2 sweaters for men. I have these boxes, 3 of them. I'm gonna put his yarn in there. So the pattern, zipper sweater, and then this arrived like a couple of weeks ago. It's the black one, the black zipper from petiteknit in 35 centimeter. That's what the pattern said we needed for that. And the yarn arrived today. This probably has to be in a different dye lot because it's by itself. Maybe? No, it's the same dye lot. That's nice. So for his zipper sweater, I got Peruvian Highland wool. Never tried it. It's super soft, super nice. I was worried about that, so this is really nice. 11 skeins of this brown one. And I'm just gonna put it in this little box with the pattern on top and the zipper on top. And that's a Christmas gift for him. I feel like this is a nice way to do it, so you don't really have to stress about finishing something for Christmas, like Christmas Eve. Because I've seen a lot of people panicking about Christmas gifts. I did too, until I eventually stopped. We're gonna get to that. But just like giving a yarn kit and like the pattern that you're gonna make them. And then you have the entire year to do it. Isn't that pretty smart? I think so. Maybe I should put this in there. It's like freaking out. Ooh, it looks professional. We love that. And then the pattern and the zipper. I wish I had like something pretty, like a nice paper to put it in, but I don't have that. So the next gift is actually for my mom. She doesn't know she's getting a yarn kit, but I just decided to do it. So when I ordered the sock blockers off of Hobby, I just ordered some, because she steals my stuff, right, when she's knitting now. So I got her just some like normal stitch markers and these like cute things, so she can have some of her own. And then it was Black Friday, right? So I bought this for her. It's so cheesy. I wouldn't buy it for myself, but hey, my mom is cheesy, so she's gotta love that. And in here I just have, maybe this is trashy. I don't think so. I'm not gonna use this yarn. I would have sold it, I don't know, instead. So I'm giving her my drops Lima that I was gonna use for an Ingrid sweater, if you remember. And I swatched and I didn't like how it turned out. So I want to put a pattern in here as well for it. And I've been looking at patterns she could make with it, like the Monday sweater, like DK weight patterns. But I think she would enjoy more to like knit something a bit thicker with a strand of mohair, maybe like a sweater number 9 or something. 29, sorry, I've been rewatching New Girl, but I'm just gonna give her this. So I'm putting it in this bag, I think, and just putting it in there, putting the stitch markers on top. It would have been nice with the pattern in there, but I'm gonna look at work tomorrow and see what DK weight patterns we have, so to put in that box, because I think it would look pretty. But yeah, that's my mom's gift. My dad, we already received his yarn a while ago, so I already have it here. It's Drops Lima, the same color I used for my mom's Sophie scarf that we're gonna get to. And I saw a comment with someone wondering what color it was. It was this color 9016. I think it's just the navy blue one, the Drops Lima, and it's gonna turn into just a Hans Tom sweater. My dad, when we were at Fru Valborg, he was just like, oh, you could use that yarn for a hat for me. Oh, you can use that yarn for a sweater for me. He's like very knit worthy. He's wearing all the hats I've made him. So he's always wanted a sweater, and I've tried to make him one before. It didn't work out. So yeah, he's gonna get this. Those are 3 yarn kits that I'm giving away. The next thing is actually knitted stuff. So yeah, these are my brother's Sunday socks. I decided I'm not gonna knit Sunday socks for my dad. I was in a bad place with my test knit. I was stressing. I'm not stressing anymore. I'm actually like the opposite of stressing about it right now, but at the time, like 1-2 weeks ago, I was stressing so bad. So I finished these socks for my brother, and I blocked them, right? I was worried that they were gonna be too small. I know that this is superwash yarn, so I only let them sit in the water for like less than 5 minutes or something, but they grew like crazy. So these sock blockers are size 45 to 46, which is my brother's foot size, but they're sticking out. So I'm a bit worried that these are not gonna fit him. We'll see on Christmas. Otherwise, my dad has bigger feet than him, then he's gonna get them. But then I don't have a gift for my brother, so. But I mean, it's the thought that counts, right? Thinking it might be cute to like wrap them like this on the sock blockers so they keep their shape, because these socks look so ugly when they're not like folded down or on a sock blocker, but I don't know how I'm gonna wrap them. I'll figure that out when I'm wrapping in a second. I don't remember the color. We talked about it in my last video if you're curious, but it's the yarn Perfect by Sun Is Gone. The next thing we're gonna wrap, this has been finished since like October, I think, but it's my cousin's baby Signe's new sweater. It's the festival sweater by petiteknit. I showed you before, we've talked about it. I really don't like the colors that I chose, but it's scrap yarn. So this is left over from my Marseille sweater. This is left over as well from my Marseille. And then I just bought this pink one because I don't want to use black in like kids clothing. I feel like that's pretty boring. I wanted to use up my yarn, and it was a nice project to do that with. I still have scrap yarn from it, and that's kind of annoying, but whatever. But it kind of reminds me of licorice. Raspberry and licorice. Hallonlakrits is quite a common type of candy in Sweden, and it reminds me of that, so that's cute. Finally gonna wrap that one. And then I have 2 more gifts for my mom. I can't believe I totally forgot about these. But it's her socks, her everyday socks, using Oopsie yarn from Surella. Now, I've knit 2 pairs of socks, and I gave both of them for my mom. Like normal socks. I've knit Sunday socks as well, but like normal 2mm socks. And the first one was Crazy Sock Ladies pattern, and when I tried them on me, they kind of fit. My feet were so cold one night. Our house is finally warm again, but like for a week I was in like excruciating pain because it was so cold. So I just put these on. They did not fit me very well. I feel like the Crazy Sock Lady, her sock patterns have better like fit, a better fit. Like she has more nice details, and this one is very simple. It's just a stockinette heel, but I recommended Kahila to try the everyday sock pattern because I know that they don't really knit socks to wear them. They knit them for the yarn and stuff. So I feel like this would be a much nicer pattern because this is a way nicer way to knit socks than the Crazy Sock Lady pattern for me, who doesn't like knitting socks like that. So since I only like gift knit socks, I'm probably gonna use this pattern. I have weird feet. I have my dad's feet. I have size 39 in shoes, but sometimes I have to go up to a size 40 because my feet are wide, bitch. They're wide. And then, croissant. La fille dont quand elle joue avec moi, je prends un croissant. Selfie scarf for my mom. Totally forgot I made this. It went by so quickly. It's the medium size of the shawl. I don't know. I'm not a shawl girl. She's gonna love it. Ooh, it's very soft. It's not very soft. It's drops Lehman. It would be way nicer in a cashmere, but my mom is not sensitive, so. And I'm gonna wrap this. I think she's gonna be very surprised that I made her socks in this. She's not suspecting it at all, because we've been so focused on gifts for my brother and my dad. So those are all my gifts for this year that I'm giving away. And I was thinking of gifting my mom my Lykke set of needles as well, because I don't like them and I never use them. but I don't know, they look so pretty in my shelf, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. We'll see. And I just want to show you one quick thing that finally arrived in the mail today. I've been waiting. I pre-ordered this on Book Depository. It's some type of site. It took them like 3 months to ship it. And I've heard that that site is bad in that way, but I got free shipping and I didn't have to pay any extra duty, so I'm very happy. It's this book. It's kutovakika. Kutovakika. Sorry, it's my favorite thing to say. I just walk around the house saying kutovakika all the time. I think it's very, I don't know, sorry. Her book, Knit This, and the lining is so bad, but it's so pretty. Like, you can kind of see how the like text is kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I've been watching so much Trixie and Katja. I'm sorry for the moaning. Yeah, you see what I mean. And the paper and the photographs are so pretty. I watched her latest video where she talked about how she wanted a small book so you could carry it with you to like in your bag and stuff. And I just feel like it looks so big on pictures, but it's very small. I could compare it to this. Now I've learned that it's Lärkebayer. I want to say Lärkebagger, but I think it's Lärkebayer. They compared in size. Like this one is heavy. If you want to knit a pattern, you can't really bring this with you to like a coffee shop. It's heavy. And this one is just perfect. So I actually like a lot of the, I've just been looking through it. I'm probably going to read this tonight. It's very pretty. This was my favorite side. I would have needed this in the beginning. I think I can show this. It's just like knitting terms explained, like frogging, whip, stash busting, second sock syndrome, sleeve island. Very cute, and this is inspiring me so much. The only way I feel like I'm gonna have to eat this up in the future, the only way I feel like I'm gonna make patterns is if a company reaches out and says, hey, you want to write a book? And I'd be like, sure. And I would just knit a sweater, and a grader does all the work for me. I just want to have a book. But I don't want to put in the work. Okay, whatever. Just gonna wrap my Christmas gifts and then knit for the rest of the day and then work my ass off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it's Christmas. Whew. Good morning, guys. Yet another day at the yarn store. Lovely. It is the 22nd of December, which means it's Christmas in 2 days. And I'm working tomorrow as well, the day before Christmas. I'm planning on filming Christmas. I don't know. This is a knitting channel after all, and I don't want y'all to put on a knitting video and then just have to deal with other stuff. But at the same time, I do time stamp my videos. So if you don't want to see something, you can just skip it. Because I've been thinking of like filming Swedish Christmas and what we do, because it's kind of crazy. Anywho, see, despite Christmas and all of that, I have a little bag here. The new petiteknit bag, just the knitter string bag. I feel like this is bigger than her other ones though. Like I have the simple cotton one, the white one, and I also have the flowery one with like blue flowers. And this is just, the fabric is so nice. I kind of regret not getting the big bag, but I know she's gonna come out with a collection that I like more like just next year, and I'm gonna buy that. And I'm just gonna, if I buy a bag with every petiteknit drop, I'm gonna have way too many bags, so I can't do that. But in here I have my testknit. I have not prepared anything I'm gonna say about it. I've been working on it now since the beginning of December, I think.
my row counter, and since the beginning of December, I think. And in the beginning I felt like I could not do it, and now here we are. You know, sometimes you work on a project and you're like, oh, I'm never gonna finish this, I don't know what I'm doing, and then you're panicking while doing it, and then you get to a point where you finish or you succeed and you're like, you've focused on the bad stuff. How do I explain this in English? Okay, so you focus on the bad stuff so much that you forget to see how you're moving forward, and then you just realize that you're done, finished. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I felt like, because I was at the end of the raglan increases and I was like, I don't know how I'll be able to make it. I don't like, partially the deadline, and just I had some, not wrist pain at all. I've been trying to not get wrist pain and not knit as much, and I noticed that I felt like I was moving so slowly. I was knitting so slowly with this project, and I didn't know if I was gonna make it. And then I was at the end of the raglan increases. I was like, oh, I thought I had like 2 weeks until I was finished with that, but now here I am. So I'm very happy about that. This is a test knit for the designer vert.and.rose. Her name is Alexandra. Good name, pretty name, beautiful. And she reached out to me and asked very kindly if I wanted to test knit this design, and I said yes. And I have a hard time pronouncing the name because I think it's I want to say maryasia, but I'll write the name here, of course. But the maryasia cardigan is how I'm gonna pronounce it, and I think I'm just gonna show you it, and then we're gonna talk more about it. It looks so small. It's not. I tried it on last night. It's actually perfect. Here it is in all its glory. Hopefully I'll be able to put some good footage in here of how the pattern looks like, because I see right now, even though I thought the lighting would be better here, it's not really. But yeah, this is a faux cable design. I've done that before, like a mock cable with Ingrid, but this is quite a very different one. It's super easy. Super easy. Like, when you start knitting stuff like charted patterns and new techniques, cables, whatever, you realize that it's all very easy. It's just like the combination of doing raglan at the same time, maybe short rows, difficult pattern per se, maybe like the description is hard to understand, but it's all, knitting is pretty easy. That's easy for me to say now when I've practiced. So yeah, it's a very simple pattern, but for me, I was quite confused at the start. I'm used to petiteknit patterns, right? And her way of writing it, and she doesn't write her patterns in the same way. She actually explains way more than petiteknit. Like, she goes into detail and more like row by row type of thing, and that makes it easier, of course. But for me, it was just like changing my mindset was quite difficult in the beginning, but I found that it was very good for me. I felt like I learned so much from this project already. I finished the body last night and did the tubular bind off, so I've done most of the work. It's not only the sleeves left, and I've done this much on the sleeve, and I can tell this is gonna be nice. Just, you know, this is a cardigan, right? So you work back and forth. I do notice that I love working like this more back and forth, like a ribbed pattern and stuff, because then it's easier doing ribbing every row than doing all those purl rows that you need to do in a cardigan. I enjoy this way more. It's so much nicer going to smaller needles, less stitches, and in the round. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm quite proud of myself because, like I said in the beginning, I was wondering if I could actually make it, and I did. And one of the reasons was because I couldn't find the right yarn for it. So I should start off by saying that this yarn is gifted from Garner Nord. Very kindly gifted, and I just want to make sure, this is the first time that I'm getting gifted yarn, and honestly, I've been trying to research and see how other people do. Like, I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't really know about sponsorships and all of that, but I don't get paid to talk about it. I was gifted the yarn to use it and tell you guys about it, and I just want to make everything clear that I haven't had that before. So this is the first time, just so you're aware, and I will let you know every time that I'm using gifted yarn. I didn't use this yarn at first. I tried out our own yarn. I literally just started pulling my bow. Wait a sec. I started using our own yarn, the Garner Nord, the one once I was wrapping all the time, you know, because I was so excited about using that. And you can use that single-stranded without a mohair, but it just didn't look good with this cable pattern because it has quite, and that color, the color sand, has quite a lot of, it's undyed, right? So it has all these woolly bits. I wouldn't say it's variegated or marbled, but it kind of has this natural marble to it, and it shines way more in stockinette. I could not see the cable, like the textured pattern at all. And then I ended up choosing this yarn. We're gonna talk about it soon. And this yarn instead, and this color. I did a swatch. I got gauge. I thought, it might be a bit too dark. You can't really see the details. So I used a yarn from Stash, a hand-dyed yarn, and a mohair, but I couldn't get gauge with it. I did swatch 2 times, right, with the 2 different yarns, but then I also started knitting on the cardigan and then realized now that I'm knitting like the short row section, I'm knitting a lot tighter and I can't get gauge. It was just, I restarted this 5 times. And it was mainly because of what I told you about not really having the difficulty with a new pattern, a new way of reading patterns, and the yarn not being good. And so I was that's why I was stressed in the beginning too, because I felt like, when am I gonna get it right, you know? And then I was unraveling all the work I had done. And when I had started on this cardigan, I had finished the short row section and done a little bit of the raglan increases. And then I was like, it's too dark. I can't use this. Then when I went back to unravel it, like a week after, and trying different other yarns, right? I looked at it and I realized, okay, so this week when I told myself that this was too dark, I saw it in the sunlight for the first time. And I was like, ooh, this is actually really nice. You can see the details. And I just picked it up again. And I was so happy because I didn't have to redo the short rows again. I just had that. And now here we are. The yarn that I was gifted and that I'm using this is actually my first time, and it's pretty strange, to be honest. I feel like it's strange that I haven't used this before. It feels like I have, right? I've used this mohair by itself before, of course, but I haven't used this, and not together, and people love that, and now I get why. It's Knitting for Olive, the Merino, and a soft silk mohair in the color bottle green flaskegrön. Every time I'm working, I'm just staring at this color, okay? It's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I love green, y'all know that. Yeah, it's just absolutely so soft, so nice. I will say, I will put a picture here of Alexandra's cardigan, and she used like a cashmere wool DK, so like no mohair. And I feel like that yarn, if you could get your hands on that yarn, that would be the perfect yarn for this cardigan, because you can really see the details of the pattern. You still can, but it's a very different vibe from this. I feel like it depends on what you like. Do you like this more? I would say in Swedish, murrigt. Oh, murrigt. It's quite cozy, a little ruggedy. I like this more, since I love fluff and I love mohair. But if you like more being able to see the details more, go for a yarn like that. I don't think either of the things is better. It just depends on the vibe that you want. Here she is, my maryasia cardigan by Alexandra, vert.and.rose. I will try to finish this before the new year, because the deadline isn't that early on. But I just don't want to bring any whips with me into 2022. I changed my mind. I can't do it. So I'm working really hard to try and finish it. Now I gotta work. I can't be talking to you guys all the time. You know, I have things to do. Cheers, mate. Goodbye. I also forgot to tell you in my last video, and almost in this one, these are the buttons that I bought. They're from the 70s, I think. Maybe the 60s. She wasn't sure. But so they're old and vintage and cute. And she used flower buttons on her cardigan, Alexandra. And I just love the vibe of that. So that's why I got these. I think they're very cute. And they were so easy to sew in. I don't know if you can tell, but they had like one hole. So they were so easy to sew in. And I'm only gonna get buttons like this from now on.
Tjena.
Hallå! Tack så mycket. Ja, precis som igår. Hi guys, today it is the 24th, which means it's Christmas. God jul, as we say in Swedish, or how Penrose Knits kids say it in the beginning of her vlogmases. Merry Christmas everybody! Did I nail it? I think I did. I'm wearing my sweater number 14 today, or maybe I should say my dress. I realized that this video is already like 30 minutes long. And my editing software is starting to tell me, hey girl, you need to slow down and don't post anymore, add any more clips. But I have so much more I want to post, so I don't know what to do. And we're gonna talk even more now. Drinking some coffee. I stopped drinking coffee for a while, and now I'm on it again. And in this little cup from Garner. Garner basically means the yarn store. It's a yarn store in Sweden called the yarn store. So look that up, garner.and.rose, if you want it. Very cute. This year, Christmas is very different since my grandparents aren't here with us anymore. And every side of the family has something else going on. So it's just us this year. So like I said, in Sweden, we celebrate on the 24th. Everyone obviously has a very different way of celebrating Christmas. Maybe you have divorced parents and have multiple families to go to. Maybe it's a very hectic holiday for you. For us, it's not at all. I think I've celebrated Christmas at my home all my life. So what I love about Christmas is the food. Here's the thing, I love to cook. I love it so much, but I need to be alone. No one else can be in the kitchen. No one else can tell me what I should do. Okay? Like, I need to be alone. So soon I'll be starting to prepare all the Christmas food that we're gonna eat tonight. There's one thing though that every Swede has in common with Christmas, unless you like don't do it because you're boring. I don't know. No, but it's watching Donald Duck. It's a very strange phenomenon, but we watch like a Christmas special. It's every Christmas at 3 o'clock. You sit down and you watch. They air Donald Duck's Cardigan's julafton, and it's not even Christmas vibes. It's just like clips of
Donald Duck and Daddy Longlegs. Goofy, he's called in English, I think. I don't know. I think it started as a tradition because like in like the 50s or something they aired it, and then it's just always been like that. So on our state-owned channel SVT, there's a person lighting a candle. I don't know who does it this year actually, but there's a famous person who lights a candle and they show Donald Duck, the Christmas special, and then they show like other things until late at night, and it's for people who are alone on Christmas. So this person kind of like talks to them and stuff, and then it just usually stays on in the background. God damn it. I know that I said that I'm gonna finish all of my whips until the new year, so I can start fresh, and this was actually a project that I was supposed to start on New Year, but I've been doing so good with my test knit, and I'm just getting a bit bored of knitting the same thing over and over again. I love having multiple projects, at least 2. So I've been so good. I'm almost finished with my sleeve on my test knit now, and I'm gonna continue knitting on it tonight. I needed to start something new. I'm just gonna show you this and you're gonna guess what it is I'm knitting on, okay? So this is the winter clutch by petiteknit. I need to set the scene. So for me to be able to sleep, I need to daydream. Different scenarios. Lately, it's been a lot about Maddie Healy, I'm gonna be honest. So I was imagining me meeting Maddie Healy. And I was like, what am I wearing in this scenario? And I was like picturing this dress, and I was trying to think of a bag. There's nothing I hate more than bags. They are so boring. Like, I only buy them from secondhand stores, or I wear tote bags. But I was like, I don't have a good bag. And I started thinking about it. And I was like, wait, I could knit myself a bag. I can wear a knitted bag in this scenario with Maddie Healy or whatever. And instead of sleeping, I ended up going on my phone. And I was like, I know petiteknit has like bag patterns, and I found the winter clutch. Ilotil had a yarn store, had just, I don't know if I showed you this, had just got this in there. I bought it. Oh, this makes a lot of noise. So it's the chain for the winter clutch. This thing, like the inside of it, because I thought it's my first time. I really want to learn how to sew stuff like this. I really want to get a lot of knitted bags, but I bought this for now, just so every dimension is right. And then the little thing. And I was looking at the yarn that she used, and I was thinking, that's pretty expensive. The bag is like already $60 with just that. So I started looking at the yarn she used. I forgot what it's called now. But it said 275 meters per 100 grams. When we talked about my test knit earlier, I told you that I tried it out with Garner Nord's own yarn at first, but that it didn't work out because it was like variegated and it didn't look good with the maryasia cardigan. But it's a hank, right? So I had unraveled it when I was going to swatch and stuff. So this yarn is technically gifted. So, you know, gifted yarn, Garner Nord. And this is the color sand in that yarn, but it's also 275 meters per 100 grams. And it's like 70, it has 20% merino wool in it, but the rest is Gotland. And that is quite a sturdy rustic wool. So it's pretty similar. So I thought, this is perfect. I wanted a brown bag or like something like that. But since I had this at home, I thought, perfect way to use it up. And oh my god. So I started knitting on it, right? And I picked up the sides and all of that. And I took, you know how petiteknit has those video tutorials that Kimmy makes? I just wanted to, it's always nice to double check them, because sometimes she says stuff in the video that she doesn't say in the pattern. And I was like, holy shit. I'm gonna put in a picture here, like a screenshot from that video, and then like try and hold this up, because it looks exactly the same as the yarn she uses. If you can't get your hands on that yarn, but you're going to the yarn store, Garner Nord, or just a tip, if you have like leftover from a sweater, you can use this yarn. It's gonna be perfect for it. And you need to stop. And I'm so excited for it. I've only knitted 1 row. I feel very cool at the moment. So I'm using double pointed needles here on the side. She has a video on this, so I feel like I can say it. and then one set you did a Judy's Magic cast on. I failed at that with my June top, but it's perfection here. And then you knit on both sides and then you pick up. So I'm currently knitting. I think eventually you can start going with just in the round with like a 40 centimeter needle, I think, but at this point you need to. So I'm working with double pointed needles here, and then I'm working this side with this here, and I feel so cool. I bought double pointed needles like a month ago just to try it out, and I get it, like it's okay, but I'm just so in love with magic loop. I love magic loop and it's so convenient for me, so why would I use this? I find this a bit trickier. It's easy, but it just goes by so much faster for me to use magic loop. I feel so cool when I use double pointed needles, so I'll see, maybe I'll knit the rest of the bag in just double pointed needles just because I can. It's super easy, it's satisfying, and I'm just so happy because this yarn wouldn't have looked good with the Maryasia cardigan. So I'm glad I found this project where the yarn really just shines. Are you kidding me? Like the gray strands in there is just so, oof. It's gorgeous. So I'm probably just gonna knit on this a little bit tonight now that I'm going in the round here. It's so fun with all of these different needles and I feel so professional. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna not talk anymore because I'm gonna have a lot to do tonight, and I'm just gonna try and film a lot of it so you have some footage from Christmas. But then I'm just probably gonna post this little video, whatever this was, and then try to film something new for you before the new year. And now I think I'm in a hurry. She lights the candle in 3 minutes. We need to, yeah. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. God jul och gott nytt år. Önskar Sean banan. Så nu tänder vi på, alltså ljuset. Ett gott nytt jul, ett gott nytt jul.
Mitt barndomshem tills jag var 30 plus, och där såg alltid julafton likadan ut, det här ljuset. Sådär. Nu brinner det. Det blir dags för Kalle Anka och hans vänner att önska god jul.
Ingen kan börja.
Tätt och fint.
Ja, men jag har ett foder i också som jag köpt av petiteknit.
Den är väl jul. Den var min mamma. Ja, den är väl lite grann omodern. Men det går väl att
I have an apron on, I have my hair in a weird bun, and that can only mean one thing. I'm gonna cook. And I just want to show you my favorite Christmas food ever. It's the Prince sausage, bitch. So good. Cheers! Guess who I am right now? The Swedish chef. Literally. Literally. Aj.
Bestick. Och jag ska skära upp den.
So we're only 4 people this year. Look at mom doing a good
I'm one
job.
of the 4. I'm member number 2.
Are you member number? Yeah, we're only 4 people this year, so our Christmas dinner, it isn't a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna give you a walkthrough. Och alla svenskar som kollar nu, jag vet att vi inte har Jansson på julbordet, men nu blev det så. Ja, vi ska ha det imorgon. Om det saknas någonting så nu är det som det är. Okej. Brussels sprouts.
Brussels.
Men ska du komma till? Egg. They usually have rum. No, hjälp. Caviar and stuff on top, but now it's just simple eggs.
It was so expensive.
It was so expensive, and we're in a crisis. So just egg. Herring. I like the skärgårdsherring. I like the
archipelago herring.
Shut up. I like the creamy herring, but I'm not eating any herring this year. So skagenröra, so good. Lemon, smoked salmon, sausage, blue cheese that is smelling up the entire kitchen. Tomatoes, those aren't necessary, ignore them. Swedish meatballs, Prince sausages, you see why? They look like crowns. Your Majesty, Swedish meatballs.
I made those.
Good job, bitch. And Christmas ham,
With panko.
With panko, panko straw bread. Breading.
Yeah.
Breading. And the cheese and the vörtbröd, Christmas bread, and a flower.
Yeah.
And a mom.
Yes, mom. Number 2.
What can you do? What talent do you have?
I made these.
No, but do something.
Yes, I can open the... I can dance and open the...
At the same time, Simon Cowell needs to be here. You need some background music. She walks down the stairs feeling herself, looking like she just won a cold case. Good job. It's kind of funny. Alex is a sculptor. Olivia's been a vegan since 10. Woman, you are 64 years old. Men vad...
Way to go!
Säg där och sjung med. The sound of your heart. 3, 2, 1. Hej tomtegubbar, står i glasen och låt oss lustiga vara. Hej tomtegubbar, står i glasen och låt oss lustiga vara. Kom inte hit, det luktar skit, det luktar värre än dynamit. Hej! Hej tomtegubbar, i glasen och låt oss lustiga vara. Skål! Skål! Fy fan.
Åh fy fan vad shit. Ursäkta mig, vad fan var det här?
Nej men på riktigt. Helan går, sjung hoppa la 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 lej. Helan går, sjung hoppa la la lej. Och den som inte helan tar han heller inte halvan får. Helan går. Nej, nej.
Sjung
hoppa la la lej. Helan går, la la lej. Helan går, sjung hoppa la la lej. Helan går.
Sjung hopp.
Nej, shit, var det du? Sjung hoppa la la lej. Det är jättegott. Skål, det är jättegott. Ja. Av petiteknit. Handskål.
På ett helt annat språk.
17 nystan.
Ja, den...
Men det är bara 100 meter det är nästan. Sluta! Vad hände pappa?
Det här blir jättebra.
Vad hände?
Nej, det gick så.
Åh! En scarf?
Ja.
Kul. Tack snälla.
Varsågod. Det är sager.
En saga. Fattar du eller? Fattar du eller? Fattar du eller? Ja.
Fattar du eller?
Jag har stickat den till dig. Men sen har hjälpt mig att få till det själva.
Nej men mamma har stickat 99%.
En sagemössa.
I'm sexy and I know it. Du ska också få ett såklart.
Ja!
Så det här, det är samma som här, eftersom du tyckte det var så mjukt.
Ja, samma som
ditt till pappa. Men du behöver en tråd Mohair, men jag tänkte att vi kunde åka och kolla på ihop och ha med och färgmatcha istället. Tack! Jag har dina egna.
Tack snälla. Vad roligt.
Det här, nu har jag haft de här. Men du tyckte om dem, jag tyckte inte om dem.
Men jag
Så jag tänker att du får dem. Det var de jag köpte stickor.
Det är stickor så har inga kablar.
De här är,
där.
Ja,
Det här är
du stickar runt.
för de köpte jag de var mitt mål att köpa när jag fick min första lön. Men jag tycker inte om dem.
Jag älskar dem.
Men mamma tycker om dem.
Ja.
Så jag tänkte att då får hon dem.
Se om man kan känna.